This is a Swift Vogue 480. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle with your gas regulator on the bulkhead. The gas will be turned on when you get here, so you can go through all the gas operations on board the caravan. You've then got your pipe work that goes into the front of the bottle, which is a reverse thread fitment. So you need to turn this the opposite way to a standard gas fitment, standard bottle lid, for instance, to release it from the gas bottle. On the side of the regulator, you actually have a yellow shut-off valve here that you can pull towards you and put so it's pointing straight towards the front of the caravan, so it isolates the gas supply coming past the regulator. Over on the other side of the van, you've got your heating and hot water flue. We'll demonstrate the heating and hot water once we go inside. You'd never cover this flue up. It does essentially the same job as the flue on the side of your house. You've then got your two wind down legs through the holes at the bottom here to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. You don't even just put them down to the ground. You would never lift the caravan with them because it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. You've then got your water pump connection, which very simply pulls out and pushes into the side of the van. You've then got the pickup pipe that drops down inside the aqua roll, and that needs to be fully submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. You've then got your battery box and your mains power lead. So the battery box, you'll have your power coming in from the power on site, and then your battery will power the 12 volt systems on board the van and also the motor mover, which we'll demonstrate in a short while. Then got the two fridge vents, allows hot out the fridge unit and takes cool air in, and behind one of them you've also got a gas flute for when you're in the fridge on gas. As you can see, power touch evolution, auto engage motor mover, and your wheel nuts. We'll talk the wheel nuts while you're here on site, and like I said, we'll demonstrate the motor mover in the video. And then when you're here during your handover, have a go with it and see how you get on. Back of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank just here. So it takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. So you open this up and put your pink fluid in. Then in the bottom, you have your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling out the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees, so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you tip the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You'll need to put 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. At the bottom, you've got your two grey waste areas. So in the front locker, you'll see 2 bits of grey pipe that goes into a single piece. That is your grey waste pipe that drops down inside your waste master, and essentially that's the fresh water that has been through the sinks and the shower, and then back out the side of the van. Obviously, you've got your toilet waste cassette in here. On the back of the van, you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. Coming down the door side of the caravan, you've got a 3-pin socket, so you've got power coming out to your awning. You've then got your storage for underneath the front seating area, your barbecue gas point, and the last wind down leg. Coming onto the inside of the caravan now, above the door as we walk in, we have your main control panel. So you've got power on and off on this button on the right hand side. You've then got your interior lights coming down the left hand side here, and your awning light at the bottom. Sorry, got your awning light at the top, and your roof lights for the caravan on this button at the bottom. And then you've got dim level here at the bottom, so that's 2 lights either side above the front cabinets that you can adjust brightness wise should you wish to. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, the numbers here change to denote the different amounts of percentage of light you have on. Once you've got all the power turned on, you can start thinking about filling the water system up. So you come over to every tap on board the caravan and you open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. Once all those taps are open on the hot side of the water system, you'll go underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan and you should find your yellow drain down valve. Now if that yellow drain down valve is flat with the floor as it is at the moment, it will allow you to fill the water system up. And if it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system onto the floor underneath the van. So flat with the floor to fill the system up. Once you've got that yellow valve flat and you've made sure you've got your pickup pipe right down inside the barrel and submerged in the water, you can then turn on your water pump on the control panel above the door. We've got water level low here at the moment, it's just because it's not seeing enough pressure. Once the pressure's high enough, that will stop bleeping. But once you have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, you can shut all of the taps back off, and after a few seconds, like I said, that bleeping noise will stop. One thing I'm just going to show you is, before I go through the heating and hot water systems and how they operate, is underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan you will find your main control panels for the caravan. Now you have your master power switch on the end here. Obviously you'd need to have this on for anything to work inside of the caravan. So this is your system shutdown. So you hit the button and you can turn it off should you wish to. On the right hand side here, you've got your reverse polarities for when you're in some European countries. You've got your main charger switch, which you need to have on at all times, and you'll also need to have your heating and hot water switch on at all times. That's when you're using the caravan. Obviously, if it's in storage, like I said, you can turn the power off completely. Under the panel on the left-hand side, you've got your 12-volt fuses, and just inside of this door at the front here, you will find a list of what each of those fuses is for, and you'll also find what each of the 240 trip switches is for. Little tip for you: if you're not sure if you've got mains power coming to the caravan, hit the test switch. If this blue switch drops down, as it has just done, it means there is mains power coming into the van from the site you're on. If it stays in the upright position, it means there is no mains power coming into the van. Once you've checked you've got all your heating and hot water, or your heating and hot water switch on underneath the seat, you can come to the main control panel above the door. And what you can do at that point is, you can come to the control panel above the door, which you can turn off. When you need to do this, before you ever turn off this main control panel here, you'll press and hold the central button and it will come up with off on the screen. And when it goes completely blank, you can then turn off your main control panel. To turn the control panel on, you'll press the central button, and as you can see, it will come back to life. On the left hand side here at the top, the first icon you see flashing is the room temperature. You press the central button to access that, then you'll spin the dial right or left to control the temperature of the caravan internally. Turn the heating off, you put it to the off position and press the central button. Again, you have the same for the hot water, so you've got hot water off, eco, hot or boost, depending on what you're trying to do with the caravan. Obviously, if you're showering on board the caravan, you would have it on boost. If you just want it on hot, you'd have it on hot and eco, etc. Next symbol across is the amount of power coming to the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So if you're off-grid, for instance, you can use gas. You'd need to make sure the gas is turned on. You'd hit the button and the gas would self-ignite. Spin the dial to the right. You've got a combination of gas and electric at the same time. So that's 1,000 watts of electric and 1,000 watts of electric, and gas at the same time. Then you've got 2,000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. You've then got electric 1, 1,000 watts of power coming to the van, and electric 2, 2,000 watts of power coming to the van, and it will depend on what caravan site you're on to what you select this to. The best option is to ask the site office when you arrive on your holiday. At the bottom of the screen here, you have got some advanced options. For these, we do advise you read the manual completely that comes with the Truma heating and hot water system before you start playing with the settings. So that is your heating and hot water and how to fill the water system up. You've then got your fridge on the opposite side of the caravan, so you've got power off. Power off, so you press and hold the power button. Turn it on, you press and hold the power button again, and it will come back on. So you've got 3 different ways of powering the fridge. You've got mains power, as we're on at the moment, and you can control the fridge temperature with the button on the right hand side here with the thermometer option. To change to the next power source, you can use the grey button here with the arrows, and we'll go to auto, which will essentially select the first power source the caravan sees. So for instance, if it saw gas, it would ignite on gas first. We've then got 12 volt mode. Now at the moment it's coming up with a warning light to let us know it isn't working, and it's also flashing the power light at the bottom here. What this is indicating to me is that there is no 12 volt power coming from a car that we are towing with. If you've got the right connection on the back of your car and it's wired up correctly, then this will operate as a call box when you're travelling down the road. The next option is gas. Now again, if it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to flash the blue light. It's going to flash the blue light underneath the flame symbol, and it's going to bring on the warning light and start bleeping away. Again, on gas, you can control the temperature of the fridge with the button on the right hand side here. Microwave, we do advise you remove the microwave plate before you travel down the road. However, the rest of it works like a household microwave. The same with the gas hob, grill and oven, and again, please do give this all a go with the gas turned on in the front locker. Give it all a go and make sure you're happy with the operation. In the bathroom, very simple, electric flush on the toilet, which you press to flush the toilet system. You have a toilet full indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see here. And below the toilet you have a toilet waste handle, which you can open up into the open position to allow the waste into the toilet waste cassette. You can have it in the closed position when you're not using the toilet. You will need to make sure it's in this position when you remove the toilet waste cassette, the same as the toilet seat being back in the central position, as if not, it will stop you from removing that cassette. Light switches in the bathroom are down the side of the cabinet there, as you can see, and that is your lighting in the bathroom. So that is the Swift Vogue 480. The last thing you're going to see on the end of this video is the motor mover demonstration. But if you have any further questions on any of the operation, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Like I said, keep watching for your motor mover demonstration. So to operate the motor mover, you put your power switch in the side of the van, as you can see here. Only goes in one way. Press it in and turn it 90 degrees. You'll then press the two buttons on the controller. Two green buttons on. You get a green light appear on the left hand side of the controller here. To engage the motor mover on the wheel, it's an auto engage. You need to press the central button in and the button with the green arrow next to it just here. Then you'll notice the motor mover starts engaging on the wheel. Once it's fully engaged on the wheel, the motor mover will stop making the whirring noise, and then you can move the Caravan around on the controller. So you've got forwards, backwards, once it's stopped flashing here. So once it's stopped flashing on the controller, as you can see here, that's when you can start operating the mover. So you've got forwards with the A-frame here, backwards to the back of the van, you've got backwards, you've got your turn to the back right, and then turn to the back left, turn at the front left, and turn at the front right. Now to disengage the motor mover off the wheel, you need to press the central button and the one with the red arrow on this side here, and then again you'll notice it starts making the whirring noise and disengaging from the wheel. Once it's fully disengaged from the wheel, the controller will stop flashing again, so it needs to be completely solid light before you turn off the controller itself. So you'll notice it's still going. It's going to start flashing a different pattern now. Now that it's stopped flashing completely, you can turn the controller back off and turn the power off in your side locker, and that is the motor mover engaged and disengaged from the wheel with the forward and back.